In Gaza as two senior Christian leaders, Latin Patriarch Pizzaballa and Greek Orthodox Patriarch Theophilos III, have visited the enclave following an Israeli strike that reportedly killed 3 people at the Holy Family Catholic Church. They met local Christians, visited damaged churches and brought aid and medical supplies. The visit was facilitated by aid agencies amid ongoing violence. Addressing the media, the Clerics called for an end to the strikes and urged protection for civilian and holy sites. Israel called the strike a mistake. Pope Leo XIV expressed his sadness and renewed calls for a ceasefire. According to reports, nearly 60,000 people have been killed in Gaza since the war began in October. Let's listen now to Theophilos III, the Greek Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem, and Pierbattista Pizzaballa, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem.
Our presence there, it was very important because it was a sign of encouragement, and we made people understand that they are not abandoned. Maybe they are abandoned by the international community or for the powers who are in charge, right? But they're not abandoned by us. And of course, we talk about everybody without any discrimination whatsoever. Thank you.
And today we raise our voices in an appeal to the leaders of this region and the world. There can be no future based on captivity, displacement of Palestinians, or revenge. There must be a way that restores life, dignity, and all lost humanity.
Well, Ali, thank you for staying with us. We don't have too much longer, but I do want to, of course, look at the continued grounds offensive. Staying away from the situation on the ground, I want to shift attention to diplomacy. Of course, Israel saying they're going to continue their offensive in Gaza until a ceasefire can be agreed. What pressure is needed on both sides to make sure that these conversations and discussions mediated by the US, Egypt and Qatar taking place in Doha actually results in concrete action and a real end to the conflict that is affecting so many on both sides in the region?
Joshua, I guess the negotiation it's reached to the stalemate way that there is any solution. There is more than 1 month since the beginning of this month. Donald Trump, he said he's so hopeful at the end of this week, at the beginning of coming week, there is a good news for the Palestinian and for the captive families. I guess there is no global hope. I guess that what is happening and the statement of the diplomatic way is just only to manipulating the people's mental, because there is a global pressure on Israel and that practicing on Israel and Hamas as well as to accept the deal and to reach to ceasefire between and end this kind of war. But what I am seeing, what I have seen that since past the beginning of this year, also Donald Trump, when he housed the White House, he was saying that there is he's confirming that the war in Gaza it's going to end and etc. etc. But we are today, it's July, after 7th month of his housing, there is no any progress in the situation in Gaza. One hand, and then on other hand, I guess Hamas is not going to surround for Israel. Hamas is not going to demilitarize, and it's not going to giving its weapon. And Hamas has no issue for the Palestinian who got killed, the civilian casualties. And we have, if we will discourse analyze the leader of Hamas speech, we realize that the value of people, it has no meaning for Hamas leaders until unless they are still in power. So in my opinion, what is going on the ground, it's worth, and it's showing that Israel practicing the pressure in Hamas, and at the same time Hamas practicing the pressure by releasing a footage and video for the Israeli captiving. They are under the tent, the tunnel, and etc. And they are asking for pressuring the Israelis government. On the ground, also Israelis captive family, they are taking the street to pressure the Benjamin Netanyahu, while Benjamin Netanyahu is not showing any part of the flexibility in the negotiation. So I guess that things is more complicated. There is no global hope nowadays, since I guess the situation on the ground, it's terrible, Joshua.
Yes, Ali, absolutely. We are unfortunately out of time, but of course, as optimism wanes, there is still hope for discussions to lead to peace in some form or another. Thank you, Ali Emma Bushback, for joining us.